Morning, people. Oh, sorry. I decided randomly I'm going to come on here because if I do videos on Facebook makes it almost impossible. Everyone's trying to own your information. It's ridiculous. It just takes the ownership to the extreme here these days. So you can't download the Facebook things to upload them to here. Anyway, so it's easy for me to go onto Facebook and just go live, but it's just I just thought, okay, this is more for everybody. So I'm going to do this for everyone. Anyway, so what I was doing is a guided meditation, or a meditation technique that I heard being channeled by a being called Rayok. So I listened to this man's chat on YouTube the one day, and I thought, oh, that's actually quite clever. And I can share the link under here when the video is finished. I'll put the link to it. I'll just find it again. I sent it to someone. I thought it's worth trying. So, but this is interesting to try because people like to try, these psilocybin mushrooms and things to get high, right? To get that result. And he was saying this works the same. You don't need the mushroom. It has the same effect. And this is actually a quick way to merge your consciousness with something else, basically. So it has the same effect as ayahuasca. People go and try all these kind of things, right? Except, as he says, which is interesting, I learned the other day, and I've always been guided not to take any of these things, any substances really. He says it can limit you because it can only go so far. So people that keep taking these things will actually limit their ascension because they're going to get so far, because the mushroom, the compound can only reach a certain frequency of vibration. So if you get used to taking these things, you're going to get stuck there. You're not going to go higher. I always knew that, but even the Buddhists say if you're going to go on the spiritual path, you're not allowed to take anything that can alter the mind, because then your body is getting trained to use that instead of itself. So this is a clever little technique he gave, and I thought, wow, and I tried it, and it was amazing, especially in nature. So what I did was, I went out, I was sitting in the middle of a field, and I was practicing this, sitting down first, exactly as he described, because I tried it on his video, and he was saying it really worked. So I tried it in the field, it was amazing, and then and now once it's working, once you're in that state of mind, and now you can walk. So now you're walking through nature in this state of mind of being everything, but not one with it. You're not actually a body. It's amazing. It's actually an amazing experience. Such an amazing oneness experience. You feel so wonderful. So it's like a really good thing because it's like a walking meditation in a way. You can do it. You can be awake. It's amazing. So it can last quite a long time. So let me do it with you. I just did it now. Very interesting. So you can say you want to become one with the planet, Gaia. Or say you want to become one with anything. Doesn't matter what you want to try and merge your consciousness with. Or just be, yourself. Just be what all that is. Just know what it's like to be part of all that is. So you can really, just depends where your focus goes. So I'll put the link. So what you do is basically you sit there and you start off and you do your breathing. So as you breathe in, you focus on the air going in, you feel your lungs, your body, your diaphragm expanding. So you breathe in and you can feel the expansion. And as you breathe out, you feel as though you're following the air, say the breath going out and it's going all around you. So you feel the exhale, you follow the exhale out and just into the space around you. So you breathe in and you feel this big expansion, your whole body expands. You breathe out and now you kind of it's like your consciousness becomes like all the air, the space around you. Breathe in and you've got this great expansion. You breathe out. It's amazing actually. And you keep doing this for a bit, and you start you'll feel it, and you start feeling that, okay? And then you slightly open your eyes, just because in the mind otherwise. Now you just, so the slits of your eyes, you slightly open your eyes, say you're in the room or you're in nature, and you visualize now the walls, the room doing the same. They're breathing in with you. So as you breathe in, the walls, your bed, everything is breathing in with you. As you breathe out, they're exhaling. As you breathe in, they're breathing in. So your walls, your bed, everything's expanding. As you breathe out, and it's an amazing feeling. So you feel, and you can actually feel it. It really works. So whatever if it's in nature you'll be doing then the planet, the grass, the trees are all breathing in with you. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you actually feel it. It really works. So you breathe out. Now you're all expanding together. You're all breathing, and now you start dissolving the body. So now you start seeing the body getting lighter, like an outline. Then you see it as maybe little teeny specks of light, and then you can make it into mist, and then you blend your body with. Now you are doing this breathing in, and while you're doing this, the same breathing, you just keep that same rhythmic breathing. And now what I do is, say you want to be part of all that is, I imagine I'm in space somewhere and all the planets are around me. And there's this massive expansive, and as you breathe out, all that. It's amazing spaciousness feeling, and all the planets are breathing in with you. Now you can focus on, say, Gaia. So then what you do, you become the actual planet. So you are now Gaia, the focus is there, and you're breathing in, and the whole planet's expanding, and you're breathing out. And you're breathing in, so now you are Gaia. It's an amazing way to become one with that. You really will merge. So this is the best way for you to learn how to merge your consciousness with something, and what it feels like. And then you can also breathe that energy in. If you want to take on, like people say, then that's what people say, they see guides, or they see, it's all it is energy it's inside you that you're holding in. So whether it's a guide, whether it's a past life, people say attachment, but that's not actually, it's in your field because you're thinking about, or you didn't let go. It's energy, like Akasha, that's in your body. That's what people read, really. So you can actually breathe in, if you want to say like the sun. I was practicing today. You're not getting enough vitamin D, you're not getting enough sunlight. Sun's an amazing being. So you can focus on the sun, and you breathe in, you're on the planet, and you breathe out, and now you're the sun. You're the sun doing this. And then you can breathe the actual sun, so you're inhaling the sun. And you'll see now that sun inside you. So now you've inhaled the sun, and the sun's actually, you've got the sun inside your body. So as you breathe in and out, you can expand it. So now you've got a permanent, because you've now taken in that energy, willingly, you can release it anytime you want. But now you've taken in, you've breathed in the sun. So it's like becoming one, you've merged part of the sun. So you won't have a problem with vitamin D or light. So now you are basically merged, one with the sun. And the sun is inside you, and you can focus on expanding it as you breathe out, breathe in. There we are. How's that? Amazing. So now you will have that energy of the sun, frequency and vibration inside you, the light, which anytime you can choose to expand or not. There we are. Because, and I'll tell you why, which made me think of this as well. So you can actually breathe, you visualize, you're actually breathing the sun in. So you are consuming like source, you're becoming that sun. You have now taken that sun, it's in you. So the sun is actually, it's like the same thing if you make a ball with your energy and light, you put it in, you can actually see it. Ask any psychic, they'll see it in you. Now you can actually see the sun, it's inside you. You have breathed it in, you have now consumed, merged part of it. Which is interesting, because if you want to know how this works, that's why I say it's fascinating. I watched something, it was a young lady, she's amazing, it's Abby. She's absolutely so into this esoteric story. Abby Harrison. She's on TikTok. She's a lovely girl. She is so into this esoteric thing. I mean, and it's just amazing because it shows. So she's flying high. I mean, she's already done. lucid dreaming and changing her reality in her dreams. She's like got so into this. It's so lovely to watch. And I watched her progress when she started. She's blossomed. It's so amazing to watch how, wow, that girl is just, she's flying. So she was talking about, she studied psychology and she worked in this home where I think it was schizophrenia, something like that, multiple personality disorder or something. Everything's a disorder, and this, and we still don't understand it because we were so disconnected. All they are is just tapping into more than one life at the same time. So they are many parallel lives. They're in many timelines. They're not in one. Their consciousness is split between many timelines. So we say it's not, but it's not. That's what I'm making. If you look at it from an esoteric point, it makes sense actually. So what she was saying is that they found diseases. She found it fascinating, and I thought, yeah, but this is what even Dr. Joe Dispenza says: the power of the mind, the power of belief. So when these people change, as we know, you've seen it, they all become somebody else all of a sudden. Now their consciousness is absolutely separated and focused completely in another being. But so does their chemistry. They are using the same body, but now that person switches personalities, and they're Alice. And Alice has no cancer. Alice is perfectly fine. Alice is this age. And when they do the tests, physical, doctors and laboratory tests, Alice will have the genetics, the makeup, the DNA, the blood, everything of a 5-year-old, let's say. The actual biological chemistry of the 5-year-old makeup. And then they'll switch back to, say, John, who's got cancer, and that body will have completely different chemistry and actually have cancer. So this is not just one person. This is actually, it's been kept quite well known, well documented, just not well publicized. So we would have thought a lot differently if we had it been more publicly known. You think, hang on a second, how come if they change personality, they're in their mind, that mind is absolutely, I am somebody else, that person, they become that person. Same with when you watch people channeling someone. The more they focus on whatever energy or being they become, they start to look like they start becoming. The same with, as Christ, as Buddha says, if you focus on source, on the divine, on the creator, you take on those attributes. That's the whole thing of this enlightenment path, depending on what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on a guide, you'll become more like that guide or that being, whatever it is, because you're taking more of that energy. And your focus is that's it, your focus, your energy is more on that. And if you focus on the source of the divine creator, all that is, you start taking on more of those attributes. That's the whole thing, is to embody the highest aspect of you, which is the source aspect of you, which they want to call the oversoul, higher self, whatever, which has all these lives going on. But that's the one you want to embody, which is the actual, all that is. So if you do this exercise, you can actually do that. You can now go and know what it's like again to be part. You can feel it and be it, the conscious of all that is. See, so that's why I thought I'll share this with you. So you can practice this breathing thing. And when you're doing the breathing now, you say your point of focus is going to be, you are now all that is, and you're breathing in, and now you are all that is, the planets, everything, the stars. It's just that all is breathing in with you, and you're nothing and nowhere, no space. So it'll shift your consciousness quickly. Never mind your spiritual, your frequency and your vibration. The more you do this, the more you practice, the more easy it'll be. It's quick to get into that state. If you're going to start whatever astrals you want to, let's say trance state. It's a fast way to raise your consciousness, frequency, vibration, to shift, to be able to practice being one with those things moving. Yeah, it's going to really, let's say, speed up your evolution, speed up your consciousness. It will shift you. Now I can see why they say that. Actually, it will shift you big time. But you can practice the same thing, because people say you can use this as well, breathing exercise. People say breathe into the heart. They're focusing on the heart. That's the fifth dimension. That's the fifth chakra, which is just the fifth. Basically, it's the same thing as saying the fifth dimension, because in the astrals, or in your state of consciousness, what do you want to call it? Chakras are they represent different dimensions. So if you're focusing on the heart, you're focusing on the fifth dimension. If you're focusing on the third eye, so the same thing. You can, if you want to stop. This is the best way to do it. I recommend this breathing, like I was telling you now, better than focusing on one thing, on an organ. Let's say you want to astral, if you just want to, but that's the same thing. Then you're doing it as a separate being again. you're limited because you are focusing from this person. So you only have the abilities in the of this being, you see, whatever dimension or thing you're at. So that's why I say it's limited when you focus from here and go out to astral or something else. So you can do that if you. So what you do is when you focus on your breathing, you're breathing in through your third eye. So you're doing this, and you're seeing and imagining yourself breathing in and out. So your third eye is breathing in and out. And that will obviously speed up your third eye and your astrals and things, improve if you want to like sharpen your abilities, your third eye abilities. Is in now, and you're starting off practice breathing in and out from your third eye. So your point of focus is here, and you're breathing in and out as though your third eye is the one breathing. So you can do this with the heart, with anything, the crown chakra as well. But obviously I suggest then if you're going to do that before you start, make sure you cleanse and clear all your chakras, your field, your energy, open up. Make sure all your chakras and meridians are open. Ground into earth. Open your crown chakra, and then you do it. Okay. So you can do that. You can breathe in and out through your crown chakra. But this way I just told you is going to speed your evolution up even higher, faster. So you will get to a higher, it'll expand your consciousness much quicker. And I can see now why they say that. It will expand your consciousness much faster, which will then increase. Because your consciousness is the one that determines your frequency and vibration. So the more expanded it is. And this will also then be able to teach you to be able to move through objects. Because then the whole problem with most people is this, when you keep identifying as a human body, you're limiting yourself. Because then you're still seeing that separate. So you can't merge or move through walls or do. The abilities that most people are seeking are not sought from when they focus on the individual, you see. So this way now, you choose what you're focusing on. I'm going to focus on my third eye. I'm now going to be in the middle of space. I'm going to be the planet. It's amazing. It really is lovely. So I thought I'd share that with you. I was doing it this morning. So I did the sun. I've spoken to the sun a few times. Beautiful being. Amazing, actually. There's 6 actually energies if you communicate with the sun. But it's also, give and take things. So you've been thankful and you appreciate the sun, and you've been thanking the sun. You just honoring it, because it's like any conscious that can choose to communicate with you or not. So I can't remember how. I think it was 2020 or 2021 or something. The sun was talking to me. It gave me a lot of messages actually about humanity. Things that I did not expect as well. And they showed me the history of the planet. That was interesting. So I saw the entire history of the planet. Wow, that went to a lot of shit. War and all kinds of stuff before it was a planet before it even became the sun. Amazing. Had life on it and everything. In the core of the sun are actually 6 beings, energies, consciousness. It's a collective consciousness, but it's 6. It's amazing. Amazing consciousness. Amazing, amazing. It was very interesting. It told me about a bit of a problem that we're doing here. It's all to do with 2 things. But I shared that on Facebook a while ago. So that's interesting. So you can practice that if you want to, okay? And if you want to commit, it'll help you. It'll definitely shift you. Shift your ability, shift your consciousness, shift your everything much, much faster than doing a normal meditation. Once you start meditating, then once you've got this whole thing, ability to meditate, start doing this exercise, you quickly then get into that state of consciousness instead of sitting there for it's quick to shift your consciousness, but then you are now being more selective. You see? And you're not limiting yourself because you're not focusing as a human. All right, guys, I just thought I'll share that with you. Who knows? Felt like it. All right.